morning, everyone. Hope you all had a great weekend. As we're all aware, our company has gone through the various stages of Kotler's product life cycle, and we're currently in our maturity phase, but we risk falling into decline. So today we're going to be meeting with some expert consultants to help us improve our current practices. Our agenda for today's meeting is based on the marketing practices that we've been following so far and how we have the scope to improve it. As we all know, our marketing mantra here at Brady's Beans doesn't just focus on the cream of the coffee, but also on the taste and quality of all the delicious ingredients that we offer in our coffee below that.
The cream on the top of the coffee is obvious to see, and this represents what most people think about when they think about marketing: branding, advertising, PR, etc. But there is so much more than that. In the body of the coffee, there's also product development, market research, product identification, the identification of market opportunities, and a whole world most people never see.
Absolutely. Also, as Levitt says, a business should not fail to understand what kind of business it really is. Otherwise, if too much focus falls on selling a product rather than on meeting consumer needs, the company may eventually lose market share, otherwise known as suffering from marketing myopia.
Also, the excellent collective efforts by our marketing, IT, strategy, and finance teams on big data has been a crucial factor in understanding market needs.
Marketers are therefore working alongside other functions to co-create processes. This has also created new job titles for the lead marketers, titles that reflect the new holistic approach to marketing. To understand the process of marketing and the process between customer, company, and the competitor, you always have to keep three philosophies in mind. First, the product philosophy, which focuses on the fact that customers are looking for high-quality products. Second, the selling philosophy, which focuses on concept of selling. The third philosophy, which is also very important, focuses on consumer satisfaction.
This data has actually helped us in strategizing our Chinese market, as we have become aware that many people there are lactose intolerant.
Before starting a company, you really have to keep your main competitors and your customers in mind. The most important thing is that rather than thinking about the customer, you think like the customer to understand their needs and desires. Find out who your target market is, listen to them, and do some research, because a deep engagement is significant and the base of your product development. The selection of the target market should be always measurable, accessible, substantial, and actionable.
Within the world of marketing, there have been countless major changes and disruptions. The most recent one of these is the role played by big data.
In recent years, the data sets that we have access to have grown and grown, becoming vastly larger than anything marketers have had to deal with before. The availability, manipulation, distribution, and consumption of big data has forced companies to transform their marketing processes. Marketing has evolved from product-driven marketing to customer-driven marketing to human-driven marketing to a digital and technological dimension. Customers are placed at the center of this new revolutionary digital-based marketing approach.
Digital technology has become a significant aspect of marketing and can be helpful within market segmentation. It is known that in order to properly segment a market, a digital approach can only be used with a decent and representative data set. So you all remember how we approach segmenting our markets, targeting our customers, and positioning ourselves to be the best coffee company for them, right? We decided that we would segment the market based on geographic, demographic, psychographic, and behavioral information, which allowed us to focus in on the female market in Ireland. We then used a range of screening systems to identify the target market, where we believed we could not only put in the greatest amount of profit, but where we could also add the most value to their lives, which is how we decided to target younger, tech-savvy, student-age customers with high ethical considerations. Finally, we positioned ourselves as the most attractive brand for them through our ethically sourced coffee beans and harvesting practices, our super popular reusable coffee cups, and our incredible logo.
We're all aware of the 4 Ps model: price, product, place, and promotion, that has been the typical practice for generations. But as marketing changes, we've had to adapt. We now have people, process, and physical evidence, in addition to the original marketing mix. Looking ahead, marketing will continue to evolve as technology does, and it's important to keep up with the changes. Your meeting this afternoon with the digital consulting firm should help us move forward with this digital approach and help us compete with and hopefully overtake our competitors. Good luck.
Hello, so thank you for reaching out and asking us for help. I would like to start by telling you a little bit about AR.
AR, or augmented reality, is a growing technology that is attempting to bridge the gap between our 3D view of the world and the two-dimensional nature of data that we have on it. Even with smart connected products such as GPS in the car, we are required to continuously look between the real world and the technology in order to understand it. What AR wants to do is to overlay an interpretation of the data onto the real world, and it does it in 3 different ways: visualization, interaction, and instruction.
It doesn't really make sense to think about instruction when considering your coffee company, but in terms of visualization and interaction, what we suggest is to integrate the design of a personalized reusable coffee cup. For example, by adding AR capability to your app, you could create an experience where consumers could not only create their own personalized cup, but visualize it through their smartphones in the real world and interact with it, changing colors, materials, creating an even more personal bond between the brand and the customers. To go a step further, maybe you could even add VR capability to this, where they could put on a headset and visualize themselves in your shop, designing their coffee cup and sharing it on social media. That would add a whole new world, an even more personal channel of communication between you and your customers. What do you think about it? Oh yeah, you're right. I think that might be pushing it a bit too much. Let me pass you over to our AI expert, Eloise.
Thanks, Theresa. So, if you want your company to adapt and thrive, it is vital that you learn how AI platforms work and how they will change marketing techniques. An AI platform as an assistant is like a really effective middleman. These smart assistants will change the way that companies sell and satisfy customers. AI will soon be guiding complex customer decisions, and ultimately, this will change marketing from having to understand consumers to understanding AI platforms. As a firm, you must still focus on acquisition, customer satisfaction, and customer retention, but how you do that will be different. For example, the way Starbucks are currently using AI is through their in-app virtual barista service, where an AI system will take your order down to the smallest nuances, like the amount of espresso shots, the type of milk, and the flavour of the syrup you want in your coffee. However, the biggest problem with implementing AI will be regarding privacy. A company will need to be transparent with consumers and adhere to privacy regulations. Also, it can be difficult to break into the AI industry since there are barriers to entry and large companies will have an advantage. But considering the role that AI will play in the future, if you can be an early adopter, that will be the best option in the long run, and you can avoid being left behind by competitors like Starbucks and Costa. Our expert Haya will now give you some more insights on smart products.
Thank you, Eloise. Collecting data helps us to optimize performance. For example, Amazon Dash buttons, which allow you to press one single button when you notice that you're running out of a product. This collects data on your usage of hand soap, dog food, whatever it might be, and allows Amazon to create a more accurate customer profile for you, which in turn lets them optimize the performance for your individual needs. Your relationship with the customer from here on out is going to be continuous and open-minded. It does not end once a customer buys your coffee. All functional departments will now need to coordinate together. Our goal will be for customers to get continuous value from your company. Your company should adopt a mindset of selling long-term services, not just products. It would even be helpful for your company to work towards making a team to handle all of the data you'll be receiving from increased technology. For example, smart assistants on phones can predict when you usually leave your house and when you go to your coffee shop. So we could roll out a feature that sends a notification to your phone to see if you want to order your coffee on your way to the coffee shop so that you can just pick it up when you're there. This could roll out to smart home devices too, with Alexa or Google Home saying, "Hey, you're leaving soon. Want me to order your coffee for you?" or something along those lines.
However, we cannot talk about the future of technology without considering the risk that it poses. Many people believe that in the new world of technology in the workplace, there will be no place for humans. But in fact, technology has been replacing humans in various industries for centuries. But employment has continued to increase, with products and services existing now that has never existed before. We can think of all these technologies as tools that humans can use to extend your own capabilities, allowing us to tap into the digital revolution like never before.
But of course, as a digital consultancy, we are more optimistic about the future of technologies than others and acknowledge that many people have their reservations. But what do you think?